Class is in session. This is ProfessorGanymede. We're going to do another viewer analysis game, and we have here, we have Rezer here. Hi, Professor. Looking forward to get your feedback about my gameplay. That's a really nice subscriber special. Keep it going. Audio gets a bit messed up at the end. That's okay. We're just going to mute the entire gameplay anyway. But that's Rezer, and I would hope that this would be a nice special for you guys. Again, if you have any more gameplay for me, anyone, put them in the comments below, and I may actually choose them to analyze. Apparently, Rezer is top 500. He has the top 500 mark. Very interesting. I'm not actually sure whether or not he got there by playing Zarya. And we're going to see, but we are going to see him play at what, you know, everyone in this game is around level 70, 74, 70, mid 70s. So he's playing at a high level. Let's watch Rezer play some Zarya. I'm actually learning Zarya, guys, and we're going to learn from this guy and see where we all can gain some valuable knowledge. Gates open. Let's see what's going to go on. How is he going to play? What's going to be the play style of him playing Zarya? Here we go. That's what I like to see. So immediately he runs in, he leads the charge, and he sees the Junkrat, and he runs into the Junkrat bombs because, hey, that's free energy. How Zarya works is, I'm not sure if you guys know, because I'm a primary Lucio analyzer and main, but the more energy she absorbs with her shield the last 2 seconds, up to 200 health, she gets up to 50 energy with each shield, and he ate a bomb and got 30 energy. Now he's just gonna throw down his right clicks as suppressing fire, get some damage on the Reinhardt shield or anyone else he can get damage on. His Lucio speed into the fight. Let's see how he plays this. He gets some damage on him, and okay, so he did hit that Reinhardt with an E, which is really good, and he put some damage on him, a shield on himself. As he took damage, you always want to take shield yourself as you take damage. Now he's going really ham. Now you notice here, 2 people have died on his team. Should he back off? On the first point, it's questionable. I think this is actually pretty decent. So basically, he's suiciding in here as a death ball. Why he's doing that? Why that is good? I'm not sure why he's doing it, but why that would be good is because on the first point, what you want to do is just get a kill. Just go in, get a kill on anybody. Doesn't matter. Because the reason you want to do that is because the next fight, because the enemy's spawn is so far back, the next fight is going to be 6v5 in your advantage. That makes it easier for you to take the first point. So just get that kill. Rush in to try to kill something. Now he doesn't kill something. Sadly, he does waste his E on that McCree, who did not take any damage. You notice his energy did not go up. McCree was already behind cover. It is very important to be very efficient. So no matter what character we start picking up, we're always going to talk about ability efficiency. When you use those bubbles, pretty much ideally every time you want to get 50 energy, right? You pretty much never want to get no energy. It's like amping up a Lucio heal and not healing anyone, right? It's very hard. I definitely understand. I play Zarya. I know how hard it is to predict who's going to be taking damage. When the McCree, you're like, oh, he's taking damage right now, but then he falls on a line of sight, and now he's taking no damage, and that's when you shield him. No, that's a bummer. But you still got to work on predicting damage accurately. How are we going to work on that? How are we going to make it so every time you shield, you get that 50 energy? There's a few things you can do. Know who is doing the damage and how much damage they're going to do. Try to predict the movements of the person you're healing. This involves, a lot of factors. This involves general game sense, which you're pretty much only going to get by playing the game, but it's also going to involve knowing the enemy team. Who's on the enemy team? Who is currently shooting at your person? What is the typical damage pattern? So Reaper, if Reaper's shooting at your ally, Reaper has 8 shots. How many have you been keeping track of how many shots Reaper has? Is Reaper going to reload, or is he going to continue shooting? right? Is Roadhog Hook Roadhog Hook on cooldown? You know, or is Roadhog going to be hooking soon? You know, things like that. Keeping track of the enemy cooldowns, keeping track of the enemy damage. Pharah, is she in the air? Is she going to back off? When is Pharah going to do her damage? Keeping track of those things, which just comes with experience of predicting how people play, will allow you to predict who is going to take damage and how much. So now he does bubble himself, which gives him pretty much max energy off of that, and then he dies. So that was a good bubble on himself. And then he does die there. It's okay. You're gonna die, and especially in this first point where you're really just trying to get that kill so you can have the advantage in the next fight. All right. So he's running in here, and of course he can't speed anyone back to Kame Zarya. He doesn't really have to pay attention to who's dead. Who's spawning? Okay. So now he runs in. Oh, yeah, that was good. So he gets pretty much full energy off of shielding his Reinhardt. And let's actually watch that again. So he shields his Reinhardt. Okay. Did you guys see that? It looks like Reinhardt is damaged when his shield is completely up. I heard about this, and it looks like this has been confirmed. People shooting at the center of Reinhardt's shield will charge Reinhardt's bubble if Reinhardt has a bubble on him. It's very interesting to know. Very good tactic to keep in mind. Now, he's running in. He's low health, but notice he has this bubble up. And I'm guessing he's going to be using it when he gets started. And he gets max HP. Go aggressive when you have your cooldowns available. And that Zarya tries to come in and finish him off, but he's too well positioned behind that car. He just uses his cover, and then he goes in again. Goes in aggressive when he has his cooldowns off. This guy's top 500 for a reason. Even if this isn't his main, he still knows what he's doing. And notice how he just focuses down that person, just melts their faces with a near max charge. He has 2 seconds to his 2 seconds until his bubble is off cooldown, his self bubble. And it's there. So now he's going to go in. He's not taking much damage. As soon as he's taking damage, and he puts up his cooldown. And you notice it was very small in that instant. But I want you guys to see this again. He shoots at Reinhardt, and then he jumps past Reinhardt, and he's on the Zenyatta. But then he has to back off because Reinhardt does protect the Zenyatta. Focusing down those targets is very important. Like, you're just trying to focus down on Reinhardt when there's other people that get those squishies out of the way, especially someone as important as Zenyatta on an enemy team. Prioritize targets, especially if you call them out. Now, you see, in this game, there wasn't very much voice communication. I mean, his team was in a group of 3 and 2, and then him. There wasn't very much voice communication. But if you can, call out those targets, call out those focus targets, get those kills on those specific people really fast, and then go after the bigger players. And he did get a Reinhardt charge. I don't think he could have. There's any way he could have avoided that. I mean, in the position he was in, it was a very aggressive position. Not very much he could have done to avoid that. So that's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. He was doing his job. He was going in, trying to get the kills, trying to put pressure on the enemy team. He was even at max charge. All right, he's getting back. He has 0 charge again. Let's see how he plays this. He has his cooldowns available. He's looking for a target to actually use. Okay, there he goes. Going to absorb some damage, get 50. And he's looking for a target to actually put his ally bubble on, his E on. And he's running in. He's going to try to go for this. Okay, this is what I really like to see. Do you see what he's doing here? He just he backed off of that Junkrat because he didn't want to fall into that trap. He actually destroyed the little pellet on the ground. A lot of lesser players would not have even noticed that. I'm glad he did notice that. Now he's in a very this is a very good ult. Forced the Zenyatta ult. He got the supports which forced the Zenyatta ult, so that was really good. Now he got trapped there. I want to see whether or not he could have prevented this death here. All right, so what is he noticing? He's noticed 2 allies are dead. No, actually, did he ult when 2 allies were dead? He did. 2 of his allies were dead, and he knew it, and he ulted. Was this a good ult? Well, it turned out to be a good ult because he forced the Zenyatta ult. But did he even really have a chance of killing He didn't really. I mean, he has 16 energy. Oh, he has a bubble, so he can go up to 60. I don't even think he had a chance of killing anyone here. No, there was a Zarya there. No way he was gonna kill anyone there. So if his goal was to simply bait out the Zenyatta ultimate, that'd have been pretty good. Trade a Zarya ult for the Zenyatta ult. It can be a good trade based on the situation, especially since you're attacking. I'm actually not sure who is more valuable. So if his goal was just to bait out the Zenyatta ult, then this might have been a decent play. But if his goal was to actually get a kill, there's no way he was going to get a kill in that situation, especially now with 2 of his members dead, now 3 of his allies dead, when he dropped out the ult and he had next to no charge. But we're going to... And then he gets a charge and he has to run away there. And he turns around, Reinhardt's behind him, and that was it. A lot of his team died really fast. I'm not sure he could even possibly escape there. So that was a very interesting play to try to, if he wanted to bait out the Zenyatta ult. Interesting strategy. I'm not sure how effective that would be. Just trade Zarya ult for Zenyatta ult. Maybe ideally you want to actually bait out Zenyatta ult before you use Zarya ult, because then you can use that for a push. But we'll see. He's top 500. He obviously knows more about Zarya than me. There you go. Destroying that trap. That's what I like to see. All right. So now both his cooldowns are down. Let's see how he plays. He's still going in aggressively. That's very interesting. Okay, but now he has his bubble back on. He went in when his bubble was going to be off cooldown, getting that shield on his ally. The shield didn't absorb much damage, which was a bummer, but he did allow that ally to go in. I'm just going to focus down the Junkrat. He has both of his cooldowns available. Oh, did he get? Yeah, he got some energy off of that Lucia. That was nice. Oh, and then I really like seeing that, using his shield to block those big ultimates, that Junkrat ultimate. That's really nice. So now he's in the thick things. He's near max cooldown, maximum charge. Now he's just gonna try to help burst down. And now his team has pushed the enemy team off there with his help. So he's been helping there. Getting some kills. There we go. That's what I like to see. And he has a Zarya ult up for the next point. Very good. Very good. All good things. All good things. All good play. Good play. That's what I like to see. All right. He has both his cooldowns. Man, cooldown management is so important. That was a waste of it. that bullet didn't accomplish anything. He didn't even take any damage. You want to be more. You want to be efficient. I'll just say that. You want to be efficient over all your games. Now, okay, so him wasting his bubble earlier, like 5 seconds earlier, means he doesn't have his bubble here. And he just rounds the corner, and the enemy is just there in his face. And he just gets demolished. So you see how important your cooldowns are. I mean, your cooldowns really limit your ability to go in and be aggressive. It really dictates how you should be playing at every given moment. That wasted cooldown directly caused that death right there. I mean, also he rounded the corner and a bunch of enemies there, but he could have potentially survived had he had his cooldown available. Like it pretty much was the direct cause. So when you don't have that cooldown open, your cooldown's available, you are in a much more vulnerable position. 400 health doesn't make you a god. 400 health does not make you a god. Perfect demonstration. I like to see that. All right, good positioning here. I like the positioning. He's using this wall as line of sight, getting some, getting some suppressing fire going. Using this, I love this guy's positioning. He has great positioning. I'm noticing right now. Just wanted to focus on that. How great his positioning. Oh, good bubble. Great bubble. He couldn't save his team because there's just too much damage, but that was a really good bubble. He got near max charge, max energy for that bubble, so I always like to see. He did back off, though. He saw that the 3 of his enemies were dead, and this time he backed off because there is a different dynamic on the second capture point. On the first capture point, you just want to snowball in and get a kill and just constantly try to do that. You don't want to trickle, though. Like, you don't want to, die 5 seconds later. You just want to go in, either all die or 3 people die and then everyone else pulls back, right? But your goal is just to get a kill. And you just want to keep doing that. But in this game, he's not doing that. He's like, no, we actually need to wipe the entire enemy team. So that's why I'm actually going to pull back when my allies die instead of trying to die soon afterwards. You know, so let's say 3 of your enemies die, your allies die. What you could do, you can either pull back or die with them, like run in and die with them, so you don't stagger your deaths that well. He chose to pull back. Good decision on the second point. Very great decision on the second point. All right, looking at he moved to this rock. That's good. Good positioning. And then he moved to there. Like, I love this guy's positioning. It's a good position. Now he just runs across and gets to the point. He has his cooldowns available. Oh boy, he's at 96 charge, and he got ulted. Okay, so that was not the best positioning. So he wanted to be on the point. Obviously, he wanted to be on the point, but you can actually be on the point a little bit more safe than that. I don't know if you can see. I want to show it. There you go. You see this. You see this corner right here? You can actually be on the point in this corner while also having this available to be used as cover. You don't need to be in the center. That center is like a dead zone. It's the kill zone right there. There's no cover. You have nothing to protect you. You just have you. But if you can be on this corner right here, you can be contesting the point all the same, as much as you could if you were in the center, but also be using this corner as potential line of sight. He could have potentially dropped out of line of sight to dodge that Reinhardt charge if he was in this position. So that's just a little note there. Okay. All right, his team's going ham. Now he's going to try to get back into combat. Oh, his team's doing it big. Lucio. Hey, he got the spooky buff. It must be Lucio. Must be a Lucio. All right, what's he going to do? He's going to drop down some suppressing fire. Oh, he got a little bit of energy off of that, and his team secures the point. So that was my first even material on Zarya, and that was my critique of another person, and just see if we can give him some tips, see if we can learn from him as well. There's a lot to learn from his gameplay. Rezer, thank you very much again. This has been Professor Ganymede. Thanks for watching. Class dismissed.